everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Steelers going up against the Bengals. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Larry, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight, we'll have the final two games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
There we go. Nice play, baby. Left. Now let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. And now here's a carry heading left. And room there to work it inside the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
2 yards to go here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And to give this time to the tailback. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Gone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 8-yard. On the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll come out in the pistol. They run the counter now on 1st down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Shift together here from the D-line. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And what a grab. That's one, Charles, that kind of leaves you and I speechless up here in the booth.
We used to think we'd see these types of catches once a season. Now I think we're seeing them once a game.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Pass incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
Now let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that. And having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Ooh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Into the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. And this one is right through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd gone to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility.
This is caught in 27 yards on the gain there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Can't find anyone open. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go now. Look at 56. Look, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth. Down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And out now, here come the Bengals. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Off the corner, where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to turn down.
Now, how about that?
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Here we go now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Patriot! No, check. Patriot!
Out of the gun now on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Hurry up, here we go.
And he motions the wide receiver. Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And his kick here is good. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They go play action here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll give it to him right up the gut, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come up in an offset eye. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
It went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And quickly they get to the line.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Green, 39. Green, here we go.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come up in an offset eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing fourth quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
Green 39! Green 39!
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And they'll go on the ground, and they'll get him down. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one there. It's his 3rd field goal of the game, and a 2-score lead's got to feel pretty good right about now.
And while they're not free and clear yet, you're right. Now this defense can go out knowing that it's going to take more than 1 big play to catch them.
This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now back to throw. Surveying the field. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now the Steelers' offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And they're going to speed things up here. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Bengals, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.